What are your thoughts on this match?
My thoughts are, Sean, is there's one guy playing that I grew up playing the juniors with, and there's one guy who you grew up playing the juniors with, and they're playing against each other. They're both really experienced. They've both been here before. You're going to see a lot of off-the-table play from Hazinski.
Off the serve. Both players are very strong at blocking those openings. They don't go for two.
Players should be pretty fresh. I don't see fatigue being a factor in this match. Maybe it's possible if this is...
Oh, there's the power of Mark Hazinski.
3-1. Yes. Come on.
You can hear Corey, Jimmy, really trying to get out of the blocks
Once
fast.
he really frees himself up. I think the overall tempo of this match, as far as how quickly they'll be playing the points.
Yes.
That's exactly what Jimmy wants to do, is get into a backhand exchange type of match. Oh, and there's a unforced error on the serve by Hazinski and Butler. Again, Butler feeding off
Kind of
of
struggling to find his range and get his feet underneath him. If Jimmy backs up like that, Jimmy is not winning this match. He has sucked the pace off of some of those blocks.
Yes.
Again, Hazinski just, boy, there's been at least 5
Those
balls.
opening shots, he just gets under it and loads the heck out of it.
Yes.
Number 6, just shaking his head a little bit, wondering.
Good. 10-3.
Jimmy's experience risky.
11-3.
Yeah, Mark looked like last couple points. Mark looked really, really tentative, and I don't understand why he's tentative on the serve return. Jimmy doesn't have a whole lot to threaten him with off that first ball.
Yes. Let's go.
He keeps lifting that ball out.
Last one.
This time, so
1-1.
let's go in David Schwong. That was a nice backhand spinny flip. And Mark giggles that Mark has to move his feet. This is kind of what I expected in the first backhand flips. That ball caught the edge.
Yeah, they both pointed to it.
That's just too much power.
Just like we saw last time. If Jimmy gets off the table, he has to do his best to stay up at the table to create some angles to make Mark move his feet.
That's a really nice backhand flip by his. Nice deep cut by Butler. To bring it back. That's exactly what Mark wants to do, get into the backhand exchanges where he has some topspin on that ball, which really...
That is a tough ask to try to play against Mark off the table. That is not a plan.
See the first?
9-4.
Even though that ball clipped, once he gets those feet set, man, he can really throttle the ball.
That one was an all upper body.
5-9.
Loop off the bounce.
5-10. Ten, 6.
those hands by Butler. Those are some quick hands. Mark made a really nice loop and
Jimmy knows if he can get to 10-8. Oh, what a backhand smash there. Just what an angle. After getting jammed on the forehand, just banged it down the line. Now he's got the serve. Mark's got to be careful here. Butler deuces this up. Oh, Butler with a second life here in game number 2, down 10-6.
indecision.
Little shockwave there. Oh, that ball barely climbed. That was a great deep push. Oh, that's pure power. Seemiller stood up right after that last one. That's exactly.
An exciting.
That's a nice little mini forehand reloop.
The outside of the ball.
See, normally
That
Butler does that.
funny.
That's a nice little mini
Jimmy now-
opening.
And that ball, and Mark was way ahead of it. One thing I always get impressed with watching Jimmy play styles at a really high level.
It all starts with his serve. He never allows you off of his serve to get a good read off of the bounce. He's moving it. Jimmy almost got a hold of that one.
He did. He
It
almost
wasn't
tied that one
yeah,
up.
it wasn't that far off. Mark has just a little bit too much leverage, too much leg drive. When you need to cut it a lot lower. Those are big points there.
It's actually better for Mark. Jimmy's better off cutting out with nothing. Because it makes it so Mark doesn't have so much spin to use. Mark really loads that thing up with spin. Those are tough balls to reloop. Nice ball. Really nice spinny opening there by Jimmy.
That's a big point for Jimmy to get through those backhand to backhand. He's slowing down a little bit in this game. That ball caught Jimmy's fingers, but credit Hazinski. That was
Easier
a
for me to reach in and still get something on the ball. This is trouble. Outside of an edge ball, Mark's going to win this point.
Oh, what a great backhand from the backcourt.
Yeah.
Hazinski with some power there.
Even though Jimmy hit a couple of unbelievable.
Oh, that was a ball he needed.
Yeah, Jimmy really needed that one in the margin. What a forehand there by
Wow.
Hazinski off the Jimmy Butler backhand smash.
Jimmy makes 2 to 3 amazing blocks, and Hazinski. That was more of a desperation forehand, but Jimmy connected. Again, Butler mounting him well. Got a little bit of a backhand flip in there, and oh, and Mark with a very heavy forehand drive. Butler had his opportunity.
That ball caught the edge, so that is.
One.
Had some power there by Hazinski.
1, 2.
that first. Oh, that's a
nice
beautiful
forehand.
third ball attack. On the backhand corner to. And again, Jimmy's just being very tee off on it.
Ball 2.
Jimmy's cheating early in this match.
Yes.
So this is where Jimmy wants to create some space in this game.
Yes.
This is a little more like game one here, Sean. Where
Yes. 2-7.
Jimmy misread that one.
well, even if he didn't.
That's really smart by Mark.
Played the soft one and then Jimmy up a
Soft
little
one,
bit.
and then he got up. Get Mark off balance. That's smart, and that's Butler's point. No, it's Butler's point for sure. To hit the net and try to get an opening off the serve. Oh, and Mark.
4-9.
That was one of the fast deep ones, but man, Mark is really served.
He just kind of sprayed that game away, and now Jimmy Butler has tied things up at 2 apiece.
And we just have that no rhythm and flow.
That ball was just a sitter. Jimmy lifted it up and Mark. One of those per game. Oh, best point of the match so far. Both players.
I didn't play a forehand, so if I was Mark, I would spend. Jimmy wouldn't be hitting that shot.
Big free point
Another
there for
easy
Butler.
ball.
Play off of the opening. Look at going for the deep one.
That's not a smart play.
Wow,
That's a
a
great
high ball,
receive.
but perfect location. Another strong cut off of a side top
Once the
serve.
point opens up into a looping rally, Mark is a heavy favorite.
Again, Jimmy just getting the forehand from the backhand side, knowing that Jimmy can play that backhand down the line. Well, look, backhand down the line. Well, look at that one. That's
At least he got his feet moving a little time serving the ball today.
and Butler just again.
And Jimmy with that soft flip. Jimmy's placing that soft flip perfectly.
That's a great redirect there.
Yeah, that's what it should kind of look
Mark,
like.
yeah, marking it down the line. Nice flip out to the forehand, jam to the center, and then waiting for Jimmy.
Yes.
Look at that, mixing up the dead. Bravo to Mark on that one.
Flip it. Unless Mark loads up that heavy. Jesus. This is the worst serving performance. I have no idea what he was thinking. Well, just serve it out, man. Just serve long. I don't get it. Accurate with the short ones, though, so why not?
Jimmy playing right to the elbow, catching, put something in, pulling it out of his bag of tricks. Okay. I don't know if Butler's. There's the flip. Butler went for the smash. Very smart.
I don't get it, Sean. he just
Butler, look at him. That's still fresh in Mark's memory. But right now, Butler's breaking serve. Butler heard somebody. That was a forced loop there by Butler. Butler, point that he's comfortable with. That was a nice forced backhand. This isn't an easy ball. Tennis match. No, Jim had match.
That was longish. That was kind of like, I don't know if that was like.
That's really strong play by Hazinski.
Yeah, we are not 20-80.
At least he has a chance to block Mark out of position.
Yep. No speed. Mark out the next spin.
That's the backhand.
Wow. No speed. Mark out the next spin.
That's the backhand
wow.
right there.
There it is. That's a great shot by Jimmy.
And he just brought it back.
Get Mark, and that's why Jimmy's in the lead.
Oh, but every time they get into the backhand-to-backhand exchange. And again, another free point. Oh, net against net,
Two of them.
but single semifinal.
Yes!
And that's a big mistake. Timeout, Mark calling it. And Jim could use that little leg break, getting a quick seat behind the barrier.
Having trouble with the serve, the receive.
Ooh, that was a big point there.
Giving him nothing for free.
And Butler reaching for that one right now. Butler had to go for it. He had a little bit of a slippage there. But he's once again right into the body. Hazinski unable. One.
0.
Oh, and Butler going for a point-leading timeout.
Backhand.
There's the flip out to the forehand. Got Mark.
The backhand. Nice serve underspin.
Butler going for a nice little backhand.
Smart shot there too. I mean, it wasn't. Oh, what a return by Mark. A flip.
And Hazinski saves.
3 match points.
With the serve. Butler almost jumped around to play a forehand, but realized he could. And Butler will get back to the men's singles final in a great match with Mark Hazinski winning by the narrowest of margins